Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate 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 Vasudevaya.
Reading from Srimad-Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 1, entitled Questions by the Sages, text number 10. Prayena Alpa Ayushaha Sabhya Kalau Asmin Yuge Janaha Mandaha Sumandamatayaha Mandabhagyaha Hi Upadrataha Prayena alpayusha sabhya kalau asmin yuge jana manda sumanda matayo manda bhagya hyupatrataha. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Translation. O learned one, in this iron age of Kali, men almost always have but short lives. They are quarrelsome, lazy, misguided, unlucky, and above all, always disturbed. Purport. The devotees of the Lord are always anxious for the spiritual improvement of the general public. When the sages of Naimisharanya analyzed the state of affairs of the people in this age of Kali, they foresaw that men would live short lives. In Kali Yuga, the duration of life is shortened not so much because of insufficient food, but because of irregular habits. By keeping regular habits and eating simple food, any man can maintain his health. Overeating, over sense gratification, over dependence on another's mercy, and artificial standards of living sap the very vitality of human energy. Therefore, the duration of life is shortened. The people of this age are also very lazy, not only materially but in the matter of self-realization. The human life is especially meant for self-realization. That is to say, man should come to know what he is, what the world is, and what the supreme truth is. Human life is a means by which the living entity can end all the miseries of hard struggle for life in material existence, and by which he can return to Godhead, his eternal home. But due to a bad system of education, men have no desire for self-realization. Even if they come to know about it, they unfortunately become victims of misguided teachers. In this age, men are victims not only of different political creeds or parties, but also of many different types of sense gratificatory diversions, such as cinemas, sports, gambling, clubs, mundane libraries, bad association, smoking, drinking, cheating, pilfering, bickering, and so on. Their minds are always disturbed and full of anxieties due to so many different engagements. In this age, many unscrupulous men manufacture their own religious faith which are not based on any revealed scriptures. And very often people who are addicted to sense gratification are attracted by such institutions. Consequently, in the name of religion, so many sinful acts are being carried on that people in general have neither peace of mind nor health of body. The student brahmachari communities are no longer being maintained, and householders do not observe the rules and regulations of the grihastha ashrama. Consequently, the so-called vanaprasthas and sannyasis who come out of such grihastha ashramas are easily deviated from the rigid path. In the Kali Yuga, the whole atmosphere is surcharged with faithlessness. Men are no longer interested in spiritual values. Material sense gratification is now the standard of civilization. For the maintenance of such materialist civilization, man has formed complex nations and communities, and there is a constant strain of hot and cold wars between these different groups. It has become very difficult, therefore, to raise the spiritual standard due to the present distorted values of human society. The sages of Naimisharanya are anxious to disentangle all fallen souls And here they are seeking the remedy from Srila Suta Goswami. Om Ajnanatimmirandasya Jnananjana Shalagaya Chakshuranmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshraya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminite Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschata Deshatarane. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasa Adi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Prayen alpayushas sabhya kalavasmin yuge janah manda sumanda matayo manda bhagya hi upadrataha. Translation: O learned one, in this iron age of Kali, men almost always have but short lives. They are quarrelsome, lazy, misguided, unlucky, and above all, always disturbed. Hare Krishna. So, in the previous verse, the sages of Naimisharanya, they asked a question to Suta Goswami. What was that? Because, please therefore, being blessed with many years, explain to us in an easily understandable way what you have ascertained to be the absolute and ultimate good for the people in general. Okay. So in last class we discussed that there were 6 questions asked by the sages of Naimisharanya to Suta Goswami. So the answer for the 6 questions is the whole Bhagavatam. Okay. And the previous verse, that was the first question asked. Okay. So in that question it is mentioned that in an easily understandable way you explain what is good for the general public. So why it is mentioned easily understandable way? And in the end of that sloka's purport, Prabhupada mentions that in the following slokas it will be explained what is the situation. So here it is mentioned easily understandable way, because in Kali Yuga everyone wants things very easily. They don't want to work hard. There is no patience to work hard, wait for the result. Immediately want like that. One day we went to a shop. One small kid, he was playing some video games like that, and he was playing with the other person who is little elderly person. So they both were playing. The small kid, he was just touching something, and then suddenly he said, "No, I am the winner! I am the winner!" He was shouting. And then again, all these games, this is all like this. You don't have to work hard. You just touch something. They have programmed it like this, so that you don't have to do anything. You just touch some buttons. You just touch this, and then you are winner. Sometimes, even I used to play some video games and all, this car race and all. Now you don't have to do anything. You just touch some buttons, and it will go, and you are winner. And we feel like I didn't do anything, but I am winner. And so the same thing we will try to apply in the real life also. In real life also, I don't have to do much. I will just do something little bit, and I have to become big person. I have to become rich. I have to become fame. And when it is not happened, then we get frustrated. We are getting disturbed. Oh, it is not happening. So from young age, all these industries, they are forcing us, like, you don't have to work hard, and then you will get it very easily like that. So the guna, that tolerance, the patience, all these qualities are lost in this age of Kali, because people are very dull-headed. It is said manda sumanda matayo. Manda means dull. Sumanda means we are very dull-headed. We are not able to understand the spiritual values. Just like, I don't have to work, I don't have to struggle so much, but I have to get it. So that is so when it comes to spirituality also, we think like this. No, we don't have to struggle, we don't have to wait. No, immediately I should get the result. That is the thing. So here in the previous verse purport, it is mentioned that foreseeing the incompetencies of the people in this age of Kali or the iron age of quarrel, the sages requested that Suta Goswami give a summary of all revealed scriptures, because the people of this age are condemned in every respect. So all the qualities are lost in this age of Kali. So that's why here sages are asking that you give the summary of all revealed scriptures. We cannot read all the Vedas, Upanishads, it's very difficult. Not even difficult, it is not possible, it's impossible to read all the Vedas, and our mindset is not like this now. People are dull-headed. And also they are asking not for them. They are scholars, they are devotees, and they are very realized people. They know everything, what is the purpose of life, they know everything. But they are asking for the people in the age of Kali Yuga. It is said, foreseeing the incompetencies of the people of this age of Kali. Kali Yuga is going to start. So people will not be able to understand these things. So for them you explain the summary of the all the revealed scriptures, they are asking. So that's why in this purport, Prabhupada mentions that devotees are always anxious for the spiritual improvement of the general public. The devotees, even though they are not qualified, you please come, you understand these things, you chant, and you take up spiritual life. So the devotees are always anxious to help the general public. So here the sages, they are asking Suta Goswami that you explain in a very easily understandable way the summary of all the revealed scriptures. So that was the previous verse. See here in this verse, why it is said now people cannot understand, because the quality of Kali Yuga is mentioned in this verse. So in this verse it is said, O learned one, in this age of Kali, men almost always have very but short lives. They are quarrelsome, lazy, misguided, unlucky, and all above. They are always disturbed. So in the purport, Prabhupada mentioning that in Kali Yuga the duration of life is shortened, not so much because of insufficient food, but because of irregular habits. So irregular habits, we can see people are working in IT companies. There is always a shift, morning shift, night shift, this stuff. So 1 week they will be going morning 9 o'clock and then come back by evening 5 o'clock, like that. And then next week they have to immediately change the lifestyle. They have to go at night and then come back in the morning. There are irregularities, because we are working for someone who is in the other part of the world, so we have to adjust to them. So this is the thing, there is no regular habits. This time I wake up, this time I eat food, this time I do this. There is no regularity. So actually the regulation means doing the same thing at same time every day. That is the regulation. So it is very difficult. People are in a very difficult situation that when they are not able to practice this. So even everyone, there is no fixed schedule. Whatever I want, I can do. Whenever I want, I can do. So that is the mentality of the people. So such regulations will help us to fix our determination. So I will do this time this thing. So the mind is fixed. That there is no disturbance in the mind. So a person who is determined, he will not think that no, today I am tired, I will sleep little more, or today it's very cold, so I will sleep little more. He is very determined, he is fixed in his schedule. Then the mind, it will not be disturbed. So whatever it is, I have to wake up. So whether I am able to practice or not, so this is the thing I have to do. So the mind will get adjusted. So it will help us to maintain the determination. So here in the purport it is said, not because of the insufficient food or any other thing. So it is because of irregular habits. So we have to maintain the regulation we have to maintain. So in the purport, Prabhupada continues that by keeping regular habits and eating simple food, any man can maintain his health. overeating, over sense gratification, over dependence on another's mercy, and artificial standards of living sap the very vitality of human energy. Therefore, the duration of life is shortened. So, this is the reason. Everyone wants to over sense gratification. I want to enjoy more. I want more money. They are not satisfied with what they have. We have to maintain our body and soul together. We have to live in this body so that we can practice spiritual life. So that should be the motive. But people, they want to enjoy more. They want to show people that I have more money. They want to show people that I'm more famous. For that, more sense gratification. So they have to work hard. So that's why the life is shortened now. So in Bhagavatam it is mentioned that Tataschanu dinam dharma satyam shaucham shamadaya kalena bhalina rajan nanshat ayur bhalam smriti. All these things are reducing in the age of Kali. Tataschanu dinam dharma. Anudinam dharma. Anudinam means every day, day by day. Tataschanu dinam dharma. Dharma means religion. The religion is reducing day by day. Satyam. Satyam means truth. Truthfulness. People are not truthful now. People always want to cheat others. Shaucham, cleanliness. Of course, there is no cleanliness now. You go at 11 o'clock, they are coming out brushing their teeth. There is no cleanliness. There is no... actually, there is no cleanliness and there is no purity. Cleanliness is different, purity is different. Cleanliness means you keep yourself clean. Like that. Purity is, there are very subtle things. The subtle things, the subtle contamination, when we see all these things, then the purity comes. So that is not there. And then kshama, tolerance. There is no tolerance. Always a small issue, a small thing, a big fight happens, and quarrel, people are shouting at each other on the road. And when you go on the traffic, you touch little bit, immediately there is a big issue. Like that. There is no tolerance, there is no daya, there is no mercy. So now you see in every street there is a slaughterhouse. Like everyone, there is no mercy. You are killing a jiva. So how it is suffering. So by seeing that, you are not showing any mercy. You're just killing them. So that there is no mercy in Kali Yuga. And Kalena Balina Rajan. Kalena means by the force of time. So this is all Ayu Bhalam Smriti. The duration of life, strength, memory, everything is reducing day by day. So this is mentioned in Bhagavatam about the age of Kali. In Kali Yuga, everything is reducing. So, but see, in Satya Yuga, people were living for a long time. So in Satya Yuga, the lifespan is 1 lakh years. People were living 1 lakh years. And then next, if you come Treta Yuga, people were living 10,000 years. And then in Dwapara Yuga, people were living for 1,000 years. In Kali Yuga, it has reduced to 100 years. But now even you can see who is living for 100 years. Nobody is living for 100 years. That is also gradually reducing, because the day passes, when the Kali progresses, so slowly it will reduce. At the end of Kali Yuga, in the Bhavishya Purana, it is mentioned that people will live for hardly 8 years, 10 years, like that. So it will reduce so much it will reduce. So that is the very worst condition of Kali Yuga. So in the purport, Prabhupada mentioning that the people of this age are also very lazy, not only materially, but in the matter of self-realization. The human life is especially meant for self-realization. What is to say, man should come to know what he is, what the world is, and what the supreme truth is. What is our problem of life? Now this we should understand. So who am I? Why I am put into this situation? So people have different problems. But why these problems are put on us? This inquiry should be there. This is the ultimate inquiry. So in our education system, they don't teach this. What is your problem of life? That they don't teach. You have to get money, you have to become famous, you have to become number one, you have to chase others, and you have to pull others, and then you become number one. This is the our modern education system, so-called modern education system. It is teaching. So this is not the question we are supposed to ask. We have to ask the problems of life. So that is mentioned in Bhagavad Gita. Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi, Dukkha, Doshanu, Darshanam. Janma, Mrityu, Jara and Vyadhi. These four are the sum and substance of all the problems. So many people where we have some different problems. Some may have financial problem, some may have a health problem, some may have mental problem, some may have relationship problem. Everyone has different problems, but everyone has these four problems: Janma, Mrityu, Jara and Vyadhi. Birth, death, old age and disease. So when you get solution for these four problems, then all other problems are satisfied. All other problems are solved. So that is what Bhagavad Gita says: Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi, Dukkha, Doshanu, Darshanam. So we should always feel the inconvenience of taking birth. But we will not realize that. We don't know how we suffered while taking birth. So that is the Maya, illusion. So as soon as we take birth, we forget that how we suffered while we taking birth. If we remember that, then immediately we will become self-realized. Then our independence, we have our free will. The free will is not there now. So that's why we are made forget the inconvenience of birth, death and all. So we don't know how we suffered in birth. We don't know. Anyway, in previous birth we took birth and we died so many times. But we don't remember how we suffered during death. And even now we are getting experience that we are getting disease. So when we get disease, we get fever, and immediately you go to a medical shop and buy some tablet for fever, and then you put tablet and then finish. That's it. After that you forget. Then it is not that in future you may not get fever. Again it will come. Or some other disease will come. Next month you will get headache. Again you go buy a tablet for headache, and then the headache is gone, and then you forget. And then next month again the stomach pain will come, and then some other disease will come. Again you go and buy some tablet or go to a doctor, and then you forget. So this is not the way. So this is a temporary solution. The permanent solution is I don't want disease. Why I am getting disease? Nobody wants disease. Nobody is trying to, tomorrow I have to get some disease. Nobody is trying for that. But diseases are forced upon us. Why it is happening? How can I stop disease completely? Nobody wants to become old. Old age is always suffering. You cannot do your things properly. You need always help from someone. Nobody wants to become old. But why old age is forced upon us? How to stop old age? And nobody wants to die, of course. But death is forced upon us. So we should always consider about the inconvenience of these things. So we have to try to get a solution for these things. So that is the real inquiry, that is the real solution for all these things. So if we don't think about these problems, if we don't try to get a solution to these problems, so then we are also like animals. Like we have seen in the Kali temple, they do bali, goat and all these things. Prabhupada explains this example that one goat is getting slaughtered and the other goat is waiting in the queue. And the owner, he has given some grass. It is eating grass happily. It doesn't know that no, the next turn is my turn. They are going to cut my head. There is no fear because he got some grass. No, that is what required now. I am just eating. I am happy. the next moment he is going to get slaughtered. So that is the thing happening now. So there is a conversation between Yudhishthira Maharaj and Yamaraj. So the question asked, what is the very wonderful thing you are seeing in this material world? So the answer said is, ahanyahani bhutani gachanti amalayam. So every living entity is going to Yamaloka every time, every day. Every day we are seeing so many deaths, so many people are dying. We can see the statistics, how many people are dying per day. So you don't have to see even outside. My grandfather died, and his father died, my father died, my mother died. So I'm going to die one day. This is like Bali in the Kali temple. Already a goat is getting slaughtered, next turn is my turn. Everybody is dying. I'm sure that I'm also going to die. Not now, maybe next day or next week. So then if we are not concerned about these things, like I'm going to die one day, so what will happen after death? So what is the thing I should do before death? How can I perfect my life? This kind of inquiry should be there. Otherwise we are also considered as animal. Dvipada Pashu, we say. So animal has 4 legs and we has 2 legs. That is the only difference. If we don't take care about these problems, we have to get solution for these problems. This is a real inquiry. This is a real education. I don't want to die, but why death comes? I don't want to become old. Why old age comes? I don't want to take birth again, but again, why I have to take birth? So the Bhagavad Gita says, Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadhi Dukkha Doshanu Darshanam. This is always suffering. So we have to get solution for these problems. This is the major problem of life. There was one story, I don't remember the king's name. The king asked his minister that he drew one line, and he asked his minister that you make this line bigger, or you make this line shorter without erasing it. Then the minister was thinking, see, you understood. He drew one line, without erasing it, we have to make it shorter. How it is possible? The minister was thinking. What he did, just near to that line, he drew one line bigger than that line. So that line became shorter compared to this line. So we have so many problems, financial problem, this problem, that problem, mental problem, health problem, all these things. But this is all a small problem when you compare to this problem. So this is the biggest problem. We are going to die. Is it not a problem? We are going to die. That is the biggest problem. If you consider that as a problem, then we don't consider these small things as a problem. This line has become shorter because this line is big. This is the biggest problem. We have to get a solution for this problem first. That is the purpose of human life. So in Kali Yuga, people are so much into illusion that I have got this good money, good family, good children. Children are listening to me. They are faithful children. People are pious, but still people are thinking that no, I am satisfied, I am happy. No, they don't know that they are suffering. That is the biggest suffering. If I know that I am suffering, I will find some solution, but people don't know that they are suffering even. That is the problem in this Kali Yuga. People are so dull-headed, people are very unlucky. So that's why we have to take shelter of Shastra. From Shastra, we can understand what is the problem of life, why we are suffering, how to come out of this suffering. The solution is given in the Shastra. So that's why these sages, they are asking Suta Goswami, people are in this condition now. So please tell the summary of all the revealed scriptures. That's why this Bhagavatam is spoken. So in the purport, Prabhupada continues that human life is a means by which living entity can end all the miseries of the hard struggle for life in material existence, and by which he can return to God at his eternal home, So this human life, in this human life, we can get this exit point. So this is like a junction point. Like for example, the evolution happens. So like for example, so many 84 lakhs living species are there, and gradually we come next like that. Like for example, we take birth as a worm, and then there is a sequence. One by one you go become a rat, cat, dog, something like that, cow, and then finally you get a human body. So when you are in animal body, there is no karma. So like animals, they don't violate their nature. Like whatever hungry a tiger is, it will not eat grass. It will eat like what we say in our language, it will eat non-veg only. But elephant, whatever hungry it is, but it will not eat. It will eat only vegetarian, veggies. So it's like that. The karma is like, there is no karma in the animal life. So one life is passed, again you go to the next life. Gradually you will progress. And when you come to human life, there the question comes, karma. What activity you are doing? If you are doing good activity, you will get good result. If you do bad activity, you will get bad result. So the human life is like a junction. There is a difference between a junction and a railway station. You know what is the difference? A railway station is a station. If you go this side, you will go to this place. If you go this side, you will go to this place. You cannot go anywhere else. Only two places. But the junction is not like this. You can go this side, this side, this side, anywhere. You can connect many places. It is like a junction. So this human life is like a junction. You can go down, or you can go up, or you can go to the ultimate place where if you go, then you will not come back again. That is a junction point, human life. So in this human life, we should inquire about the ultimate goal of life. You have to get solution for all these problems. So if we don't inquire about these problems, we are in the Isha Upanishad, one sloka it is mentioned, Atmaha. Atmaha means a killer of soul. Killer of soul in the sense, the soul's nature is Satchit Ananda, eternal, full of knowledge and bliss. If we are not getting this and we are into bodily concept of life, we are into materialistic life and we are just taking birth again and again, if you are not getting this knowledge, we are killer of soul. So the human form of life, we should utilize it properly. We should inquire about these problems of life. So if we want to inquire also, from whom I should inquire? That is the question next. There are many so-called gurus, they're just growing beard and then wearing some saffron dress. They are thinking that they are guru. And some say that I am God. So there are many people who are misguiding us. So in the purport, Prabhupada continues this, that even if they come to know about it, they unfortunately become victims of misguided teachers. In this age, many unscrupulous men manufacture their own religious faith which are not based on any revealed scriptures. And very often people who are addicted to sense gratification are attracted by such institutions. Consequently, in the name of religion, so many sinful acts are being carried out that the people in general have neither peace of mind nor health of body. So many people are cheating in the name of religion, and many sinful activities are going on in the name of religion. So some few weeks back, a very interesting verse I heard from Bhagavatam, that it is mentioned, it is understood that in a higher planetary system, in this material world, the mud on the banks of the Jambu Nadi mixes with Jambu juice, reacts with the sunshine in the air and automatically produces huge quantities of gold. Did you understand this? Say a river. In the river, it is called Jambu Nadi. In that Jambu Nadi, that Nadi is it's like a juice. That juice is reacting with the mud on the bank and reacting with the air. It produces gold in the higher planetary system, in the heavenly planet. Okay? In the 5th canto, this is mentioned in the 5th canto of Bhagavatam. In the 5th canto, that is a description about the planetary system, and all. Not what we study in our science. This planetary systems. It is mentioned in the Bhagavatam 5th canto. There it is mentioned in the heavenly planet. There is a river. It is reacting with the air and mud. It is producing gold. So from this we can understand what is the creation of the Supreme Lord. The reaction with these things, the huge quantity of gold is produced. But now we can see people are going to a person who is producing gold and they are thinking that he is God. I saw in one video the person who is sitting and huge number of people, they are sitting there and they are watching what he is doing, and he is sitting and closing his eyes for a long time, and then he is drinking some water, and then again he is struggling, he is doing like this, and then after again he is drinking water, and then after some time, after so much struggle, he took out a small piece of gold from his mouth, and people are cheering up, oh Jai, I don't know what they say, Jai, they are thinking that no, he is a very powerful person, then people are considering him as God. So to take out a small piece of gold, you are struggling so much. What kind of God he is? You can see in Bhagavatam, Krishna lifted Govardhana hill in his little finger for 7 days and 7 nights without any effort. He was just holding with his left hand, and his right hand he is playing flute. Who can do this? He is God. But there are many people cheating in the name of religion. So here Prabhupada mentions that in this age, many unscrupulous people manufacture their own religious faith which are not based on any revealed scriptures. So they don't follow any scriptures, they don't follow Shastra, and they say that this is the one and I am God, you worship me. So this is not the one. So as we see in the heavenly planets, the huge quantity of gold produced in the banks of the river, and the heavenly people, they were wearing good ornaments and they look very good. But now we can see in this material world, people are wearing plastic. You see in the temple functions and all, temple festivals, outside they sell this 20 rupees, 10 rupees earrings and all. It's all plastic. That is the quality of the people now. People are so degraded. And with this we are thinking that we are so great. I'm so wealthy, I'm happy. No, this is not happiness. And previously the gold was the currency to exchange these things. Now we are using paper currency. Now I have so much paper currency and I am thinking that I am so wealthy. This is all temporary. One day it will go. This is all temporary. We have to go for the permanent thing always. So Prabhupada mentions in that purport, by the arrangement of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the rivers on some planets produce gold on their banks. The poor inhabitants of this earth, because of their incomplete knowledge, are captivated by the so-called Bhagavan, who can produce a small quantity of gold. He can produce a small quantity of gold after so much struggle, and people are thinking that he is God. So, what to say, sorry condition of this material world. That's why it is mentioned Manda Sumanda Matayo. Sumanda Matayo means very dull-headed. They don't understand what is real, what is fake. And so many people are cheating. And why people are going there? Because they want to enjoy their sense. They are looking for sense gratification. There is nothing to follow. Now people are saying that I am following this, I am following this, I am following this person. This person is God. Why? Because there is no restriction. So here, if you have to take Diksha in ISKCON, then you have to follow, you have to no meat eating, no intoxication, no gambling, no illicit sex. We have to chant this many rounds, and you have to take prasadam. So many restrictions, so many rules and regulations are there. So there I am following this weapon. What you are following? What you are following? There is nothing to follow. You continue whatever you are doing. If you want to eat meat, or you eat meat. If you want to smoke, you smoke. If you want to drink alcohol, you drink alcohol, and you just come to me and pay some money, and you accept me as God. That's it. So that's why it is said, Manda Sumanda Matayo. They are very dull-headed. They cannot discriminate what is good, what is bad, what is real, what is fake. So, but the devotees are not attracted to this cheap, taking out gold, all these things. They consider this. In one purport, Prabhupada mentions that the gold devotees consider as a bright molten stool, because it is looking yellow color. It is bright. That is the wealth. That is the value of that wealth. That's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim, kavitam va jagadisha kamay. Na dhanam, I don't want any wealth. Na janam, I don't want any number of followers. Na sundarim, I don't want a beautiful woman, beautiful wife. And mama janmani janmanishwari bhavatar bhakti rahaitu kitvai. After life, I want to just engage in your devotional service. That is my only desire. That is my only aspiration, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says. And even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Mama janmani janmanishwari. Life after life, I just want to engage in your devotional service. So life after life, in the sense, we are not even, devotees are not even interested in liberation. We don't want even to go back to Godhead. Life after life, I just want to engage in the devotional service. So that is the mood of devotees. That is the highest knowledge given by Srimad-Bhagavatam. Srimad-Bhagavatam is not speaking about God. God means controller. There are many controllers. Like even we are a controller. We are controlling us certain things, particular things. Like for example, there are many small controllers, like politicians are there. They are controlling some people. Like this, small controller. There are many gods are there. But Bhagavatam is not speaking about God. Bhagavatam is speaking about the absolute truth. Absolute truth is different. God is different. Absolute truth is from where everything emanates, from whom everything comes out. Krishna says that Aham sarvasya prabhavo mattas sarvam pravartate. From me everything emanates. There is nothing beyond me and nothing equal to me. What is that? Mai sarvam idam proktam sutre manigana iva. So I am the thread which is holding the pearls. So Bhagavatam is speaking about the absolute truth. So that is the highest knowledge we are getting from Srimad-Bhagavatam. So in the purport, Prabhupada continues that the student brahmachari communities are no longer being maintained. The householders do not observe the rules and regulations of Grihastha Ashrama. Consequently, the so-called Vanaprasthas and Sannyasis who come out of such Grihastha Ashramas are easily deviated from the rigid path. So previously, the parents, they used to send their children to Gurukula. At that time, the Gurukula system, the education system was there. So in that education system, they stay in the Gurukula, means they stay in the Guru's place and they serve Guru as a menial servant and they learn Shastra. In the Shastras, what it is mentioned, what is the problem of life, why we are suffering, who am I, what is the purpose of life, after death what happens. Now then we should learn these things. This happens in Gurukula, but nowadays people are not interested in these things. So one day we were in a Diksha ceremony and people were getting Diksha, and I asked one boy who was practicing, I said, when you will get Diksha? He said, no, my parents won't allow. Why won't allow? No, I can practice, but I cannot take Diksha and all, they won't allow. So, what is it? Like if you say, now I'm going to cinema today with my friends, they won't say anything. But to take Diksha, and if you come to spirituality, no, you don't take Diksha, you will become sadhu. No, not good. So that is the situation of current people of this Kali Yuga. This is the disqualification of people of this Kali Yuga. That's why the sages are mentioning that easily understandable way you explain all the revealed scriptures. Because people cannot understand. In Satyuga, people were peaceful. People were in the mode of goodness. They were, as we discussed, people were living for a very long span of life. They can practice meditation for many years. So as we see in the Shastra, Valmiki Muni, he meditated for 60,000 years before writing Ramayana. 60,000 years. 60,000 years, we cannot even, 60 years if we live, that is hardly. Even in that 60 years, 10 years goes in childhood, and then 10 years study and these things. Where is the time for spirituality? That is the condition of Kali Yuga. So, Kali Yuga, there is a Yuga Dharma in Satyuga. Satyuga is a meditation. People practice meditation. Kriteyad dhyayato Vishnu. In the Satyuga, people were meditating. And Tretayam yachato makai. In the Treta Yuga, people were doing yajna, homa. And then Dwapare Paricharyayam, Dwapara Yuga, they were worshipping in God in the temple worship. And Kalautad Hari Kirtanat. In Kali Yuga, Hari Kirtana, the Sankirtan, the chanting of the holy name, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So this is what the Yuga Dharma in Kali Yuga. So it's a very simple process, chanting of the holy name of the Lord. So this is a very simple process. It's like we are drowning in the ocean. We are suffering to come out. Suddenly if one boat comes, immediately we should grab and we should try to come out of that. So in Kali Yuga, people were very less intelligent, unlucky, and dull-headed, not fortunate, always disturbed. So many disqualifications are there. But there is one good thing in this Kali Yuga is just by chanting the holy name, we can perfect our life. We can go back to God. That is the purpose of human life. The purpose of human life is achieved in Kali Yuga in a very easy method. So without any much struggle. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says that Klesho adhikatarastesham avyakta sakta chetasa. It's a very difficult process. Avyakta hi gadir dukkam dehavad vapyate. So it's very difficult. After struggling so hard, Krishna is saying that they will come back to me at last. So you might have heard about this yoga ladder. So we don't have to take the ladder, Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, and then Bhakti Yoga. Not like that. Directly we can take to Bhakti Yoga. It's like an elevator. We don't have to take the steps. So the Bhagavatam is discussed so that the people of this age, Kali Yuga, can take advantage of this Srimad-Bhagavatam. It is mentioned in Bhagavatam that Kaler doshe nide rajan hasti eko mahan guna kirtanadeva krishnasya mukta sangha param brajet. Kaler doshe nide rajan. In Kali Yuga there is only dosha. Hasti ekon mahan guna. But there is only one mahan guna is there. Very great quality, this Kali Yuga. Kirtanadeva krishnasya mukta sangha param brajet. Just by chanting the holy name of Lord, we will get liberated from this material world. This was not there in the other yugas, Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga. They were meditating for years and years. But in Kali Yuga, because of the people's mentality, the very easiest process is given to us. So we should take advantage of this. So even in the previous Yuga, Satya Yuga, people were meditating and all these things, but the conclusion is bhakti. You can meditate or you can perform yajna, you can worship, temple worship, but ultimately if you have devotion, then only you are allowed to come out of this material world. Till that time we cannot come out. But the ultimate thing, what they are doing, but the ultimate thing is given to us in the beginning only. Just by chanting the holy name of the Lord, we can come out of this material world. Just coming out of this material world, that is not the purpose. To engage in the devotional service, that is the purpose, but the point is we have to practice devotion. That is the ultimate thing. So by practicing jnana, so we may get distracted. Like I will practice jnana yoga, and then by getting this knowledge, I will merge in the Brahma Jyoti. There is a selfishness in the jnana. And then by practicing karma yoga, you do your karma and you offer your result to Lord. Sometimes you get more result and you get addicted to the result and you use it for your sense gratification. We may forget to offer our result to Lord. And if you practice Ashtanga yoga, and the side benefit is siddhi, Ashta siddhi we get. And siddhi, there are many siddhis are there. We get attracted to the siddhis. So, but in devotion, it's not like this. It is directly to the point. So, when we practice bhakti, whatever we do it for the pleasure of the Lord. We are eating, sleeping, working, cooking, everything we are doing it for the Lord. So, the bhakti by nature, it is to the point. So, that's why this is very important to inquire about these questions. That's why sages are asking these questions to Suta Goswami, so that they are representatives of these people. They are not into these problems. They are scholars, they know everything, but they are, as an instrument, they are asking these questions so that Bhagavatam can come out, so that we will get benefit in the age of Kali. So that's why even in Brihad Naradiya Purana it is mentioned, Harer Nama Eva Kevalam Kalau Nasteva 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 Gatiranyata. So if you want to stress something, you will repeat it. Do this, do this, do this. So Harer Nama Eva Kevalam. Kevalam. There is only holy name of the Lord, holy name of the Lord, holy name of the Lord. Harer Nama Eva Kevalam Kalau Nasteva 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 Gatiranyata. To destroy this evil of Kali, there is no other remedy. There is only holy name of the Lord. So from the Shastras we can understand that we got the greatest benefit even though we are not qualified. So even though we are not qualified, we got that precious gift, but after getting that gift, we should make ourselves qualified. That is an intelligent person. That is the way the intelligent persons act. No, we just got the gift and then we misuse it. That is not the intelligent way of doing things. Even though we are not qualified, we got the gift. After getting the gift, we make ourselves qualified. So that is the purpose of human life. So anyway, any questions regarding this? Srimad-Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.